back. It's your man Wise, and today we have to check out this collection of videos I have here. Gen Z is upset with Bidenomics. Now, what we do know about Gen Z, a large majority of them voted for the Democrats and Joe Biden. They were gaslit. They were told that things would be better under Biden. Things are significantly worse. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. And without further ado, let's go.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live? I am so fucking tired of people being complacent with this uniparty, both of them fucking us over. When my parents were my age, they both made less than half of what I make, and they lived alone. I cannot afford to live anywhere alone. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800. 2-bedroom apartment, $2,200. Who the fuck can afford that? It is embarrassing to come out and say that it is a struggle to survive right now, but I know so many people are struggling. I clock out of my shift. I am tired. I have to go home. And I check the news. Another 60 fucking billion to a country nobody can point out on a map. What are we doing? Where has the plot gone? We have lost it, folks. We have fucking lost it.
Get what you vote for. This young person, which I would assume, I'm speculating, I'm assuming he voted for these Democrats and he voted for Joe Biden because he was told things would be better. Trump's racist. Trump's bad. His policies were terrible. That's what he was told. Things are tough. You know how many people out here are working 2, 3, 4 jobs right now? A full-time job and driving DoorDash and Uber? You get what you vote for. And Trump said this would happen way back when. He said it. If you want high gas, you want high food prices, vote for Joe Biden. That's what's going to happen. And look at us.
We're not doing this in 2024. $100 a container? Come on, man. Stop playing. Mac and cheese, yams, and what's this? Oxtails, pot roast, beef tips. And what's underneath? Y'all see that? What's that? Those corn on the cob? No. Black people, we're not doing it. People of color, we're not doing it. This is inflation. In 1999, this was a $3 plate. In 2002, this was a $6 plate. $100? My copay ain't $100. My oil change ain't $100. Don't fall for this. That container ain't worth $3. It's gonna break. You gotta hold that with 2 hands. You don't pay $100 for something that's being held up by $250. Don't do it. No.
Hey, who would have known that plates were getting that daggone expensive? $100? Are these people out of their mind? Now, I know the cost of food has gone up tremendously. I know for those that love oxtails, I'm an oxtail lover. I really love oxtails. Can't afford to eat them though, because they've raised the price up on oxtails like it's nobody's business. I grew up eating oxtails. You know, I was talking to my mom about that. She was talking about they don't eat oxtails no more. And they're actually fairly well off. But the ticket for oxtails, it's outrageous now. So I would assume majority of that $100 going towards them oxtails. Outrageous. Freaking rageous.
Well, Gen Z is pissed at us boomers, and I can't say that I blame them. There was an article that came out the other day that said you would have to have 5 minimum wage jobs to live in Austin, Texas, to afford the rent there. It's ridiculous. So those of you who say, well, back in 1980, I made $15 an hour and I bought a house. Well, guess what? Adjusted for inflation, your $15 an hour that you made in 1980 would now be over $112,000 a year. You know, most young people I meet, they want to work. A lot of people say, oh, the new generation doesn't want to work and they're lazy. No, that's not true. They're smart. They're smarter than us. They just don't want your crappy $15 an hour job. Now, I'm not here to give any answers, but I'm just saying, I feel you.
Man, it's outrageous. It is. $15 an hour back in the day is the new $112,000 a year. That's crazy. Now, for those of you guys that don't understand, 15 bucks an hour is right at about 30 grand. That makes absolutely no sense to me. So you're telling me that $15 back in the day is the equivalent to, let's see, 112,000. So that would be 50, about 57, 58 bucks an hour. That is crazy. But that's where we are today. Things are expensive, really expensive. I feel sorry for these young people, man. You don't have a choice but to stay at home with parents. You don't have a choice but to shack it up and roommate, with 3-4 people if you want to, quote unquote, live out on your own and have some freedom. Maybe some of y'all don't have a choice but to get out and do that 3-4 people at a time roommating. Now, I will say this. Back in the day, we did that. We roommated because things were expensive. We didn't make enough money, get our own apartment or something along those lines either back in the day. So this isn't nothing new. It's just the fact that things are so expensive. They've really placed people, in a situation where, or placed Americans more or less in a situation where we're going to have, 2 to 3 generations living under one roof. It's like that in a lot of places around the world. And even in the United States, man, if you go down to Hawaii, that is something that's pretty common to have 2 to 3 generations living under one roof, 3 to 4 generations living under one roof. Fairly common. Let's check out the next video.
If y'all would just stop buying that damn coffee every day, you would have a Lamborghini, a 4-bedroom house, a wife, 3 kids in private school. Be more responsible. I don't care what anybody says. People grew up in a way different time. Inflation is crazy. We are in a crazy state of capitalism. Housing was never supposed to be like this. Cars are never supposed to be this expensive. A 2023 Toyota Civic goes for 40 bands now. You can't win.
He's absolutely right about that. That's why I have zero intent on buying anything 2023, 2024. It's too expensive. Can't afford it. Now, fortunately, I don't think, and I'll knock on a little wood and pray a little bit about it, that I don't have to buy a car anytime soon because cars are expensive. Did you guys know that an F-150 right now, baseline, XLT, F-150, $100,000? I couldn't believe it. I'm like, when did F-150s become $100,000 vehicles? I could not believe it, but that's where we are today. 1-bedroom apartments, at least around here where I live at, they're gonna run you about $2,000. Things have gotten expensive. I don't think if you're a young person, you can have a car note. That's something that you got to kick. No car notes. Stack your bread, pay cash for a whip, 10 or 15-year-old car, or put a higher down payment on a car that's, 10 years old or so and pay that thing off in a year or two. At least your car note will be, cheaper. It's crazy, man. You got to make some decisions, man. There's ways to go about saving money, getting off these daggone crazy high cell phone plans, cutting the cord cable-wise. That's something that you can do. No car notes. No car notes mean lower insurance because insurance has gone up. But if you don't have a car note, they drop your insurance typically. Eating out for lunch? Nope. You need to be buying you some sandwich meat, taking your lunch to work every day. That's something that you can kick. I think today we're being forced to really look at our budgets, which is something that most Americans hadn't done in the past. Now you better have a budget and you need to be living according to it because things are outrageous.
Looks like the ladies were right. Looks like you need $100,000 a year just to live comfortably here nowadays. Now I'm in LA, but this is in Tampa/St. Petersburg. These were the rankings that were dropped by a news station today. 94K as a single adult. The national average, which means in the country you gotta have 93K. So never mind, that's the whole country. And as 2 adults with 2 children, an average family, you need $209, almost $210,000.
I'm making this video for one reason and one reason only. I need the younger 20-year-olds. Y'all know I'm 30 now. Y'all some churning to me. But I need y'all to be way more pissed off than you are. The reason I'm saying that is because how quickly they raised everything on you is making you think that it's normal, and they're getting away with it. They're getting away with it. As soon as you hit the world and you start to pay real bills, you think that $2,000 rent is normal for a 1-bed, 1-bath. Listen to my words, please. Me and my wife got our 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom luxury new build apartment with hardwood floors, granite countertop, overlooking the pool, literally right up against one of those nice shopping centers. Never had to go anywhere. There was a Navy Federal branch right outside of my apartment. Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, all new builds. This place was brand new. They had just smacked it down. Movie theater over there, hibachi place right there. You know they don't put this type of shit by like the hood. But because I'm telling you all this because in the hood right now, how much is rent? About $1,000? About $1,000. When I tell you this price, you're gonna be like, nah, John, you was in the middle of the hood. The hood about $1,000 wild, depending on where you at. Now, if you in Miami, New York, one of them, you know, Cali, if you one of them markets, man, shit. Right now, rent in the hood, $1,500. That apartment costs $945 a month.
Why you got to put that in these folks' face like that? Why you got to do that? Now, I'll say this, man. Back in the day when I met my wife, I was going through some things, man. The money was tight. And I was going through some things, man. I was down. I ain't gonna say I was down bad, but I was down. Through the grace of God, man, I got a place, man. It was a special. And I got that daggone thing. It was a little 1-bedroom apartment. It wasn't anything spectacular. And I wouldn't say it was in the hood, but it was close to the hood. It was on the fringe. And man, that thing was $450. This was back in 2009, I believe. Yeah, 2009. And I was paying $450 the first year. The rent went up. You know, it went up about $50 a year or two out because I stayed there for a little bit because I told you it was down bad. Had a car, but didn't have a car. Man, it was rough during that time frame. If you guys know anything, remember anything about 08, 09, I graduated college in 2008. Graduated college to no jobs. You know, I was fortunate enough to get one and was laid off 2-3 months later, just like 100,000 more. Oh, man, it was rough, man. It was rough. I was just happy to have a job, to be honest with you, in 2009. And I think I was making, don't laugh at me, man. Don't judge me. I think I was making maybe $12 an hour at that time frame. But that $12 an hour, it afforded me the ability to at least rent this little apartment. When I say a little apartment, it was a little apartment. It was literally 2 rooms, a bedroom and everything else. But it was mine. Now, what that brother described, I remember, you know, being able to get a place, and it was a fairly decent place for, you know, $7 and some change. I do remember that. And it had a pool and all that type of stuff when I was in the military. You know, I remember, you know, being able to stay in something along those lines in a different area. But things have gotten so far out of hand. It's crazy right now. It really is. During the Trump administration, during that time frame, those of us that were able to purchase homes and things of that nature during that time frame, and was able to I know a lot of people that refied their home during that time frame to get the super low rate. I know people that have, you know, 2%, 3% interest rates, something that most people will probably never see again. Even with Trump coming back, I highly doubt that we're going to see 2 and 3% interest rates again. I don't think that's going to happen. But those of us that bought homes, you know, during that time frame, a lot of us are doing okay. You still need to budget. You still need to budget. Even for me, like I budget everything. I have to. I got to account for every little dollar, every nickel. Got to, because things are just so tight. You got to make decisions. Don't get locked into no phones. Stop going to Starbucks. $7, $8, $10 on a daggone coffee, man. You better go get you some Keurig, get you a Keurig. And I know people will say, oh, Keurig's not bad for the environment. I like my Keurig. You better go there. It's cheaper. And even coffee has gone up, but I got to have my cups. That's how I go about it. It's so rare, few and far between. I don't even like some of this designer coffee. I'm more of a Dunkin's guy personally when I do go out, but it's crazy, man. And I feel sorry for these young people. You know, my son's 22 years old. I feel sorry for him because some of the things that we were able to do, he's just not going to be able to do because things are so expensive now. You know, my youngest son's graduating high school here soon. And he's about to jump out into a world that is nothing remotely close to the world that I graduated in, you know, way back when. And it's unfortunate, man. And I feel sorry for these kids, man. I really do. And I feel sorry for the American people because a lot of people, they said 81 million people voted for this. That's what they said. That's what they said the number was. 81 million people voted for this. I don't even have words for it. I don't understand it. But let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. Keep God first in your life. Stay prayed up. It is crazy out here in these streets. And I'm going to catch up with you all next time. Peace.